All right, so last video we talked about where the general contractor invitation to bid will be as far as the email goes, and talk with the general contractor about how to download. Usually their sites are very intuitive. You check the box, you hit download, it downloads whatever you selected. So now we'll talk about where those downloads would actually be stored. I'm cheating, so I brought this in from the side. But let's go back to something that you would be familiar with looking at. So this computer, this PC, very first video, we talked about, some of the different drives that Marathon has. The estimating information, 99% of what we're going to use for estimating is in what we are going to refer to as the X drive, DT Apps X. Go into the X drive and you've got a folder breakdown by year. Looking at 2020 right now, so for the purpose of this video, I'm going to go into 2020. And normally what we would do, like for UA Math and Science, we would go in here, we would copy this new job template, you right click, hit copy, and then you right click and hit paste. And that would paste just a blank setup. And we'll look inside of this just to see. So inside of here, we've got an addendum folder where we would keep, like the last video we looked at, UA Math and Science had addenda 1 through 5 listed. That's where we would save those documents. Inside of addenda, we would make an addendum folder and call it addendum 1 and put all that information there. Addendum 2, and put those documents there, and so on. Bid letter is correspondence that we would send our price to the GC before we send it. We'll save information here. But what we're downloading, where we download plans or where we download specifications, we would put the plans in the plans folder and the specifications in the specs folder. For this particular set of tutorials, what we're going to do, we're going to use an old project. It's actually called Thomasville Regional Medical Center. We're not going to estimate the whole project because it was fairly extensive. It's about $3 million if memory serves. We're just going to do sections A and B of that project because it shows a lot of the different scopes of work that we would typically look at. And that's what this new training job template is. This already has the plans in there and the specifications in there. We're not going to be able to practice corresponding with the general contractor as much, but we will be able to practice doing takeoff, measuring, counting, making bills of material, but many different things of that nature for that purpose. So I'm going to right click it just like I would a new job template. I'll hit copy. I'll right click and do paste. It's got significantly more to copy because I actually have the plans and specs in there. Now that it's copied, I'm going to rename it. You can right click rename, or you can hit F2 on your keyboard if you like keyboard shortcuts. And I'll just call it training template Brad. And you notice at the very end, we've got these, it's the month and the year. This helps us to understand exactly what's going on between our estimating X drive folder and the email folders. If you couldn't tell, when you get 20 different folders in a month and you've got 12 months a year, it gets difficult to figure out exactly which folder month-wise breakdown a particular project is in. So that's why we started putting the month at the end. Anyways, this being called training helps everybody understand that this is just going to be, just for your particular training exercise. I called mine training template Brad, put this month because it's January. You call yours training template, whatever your name is, put the month there you started it. We're going to keep it kind of segregated, but also, make it look and feel as normal as possible. Like I said, we'll go ahead and take a look inside of here. All of this is going to be blank for the most part, except for our, general templates we keep in here. inside of plans, this is the full pricing set for this particular project. It was Thomasville Regional. And then inside of specifications, we've got the combined electrical specs. So this is basically the next step. After you've gone to the general contractor's plan room, you would have downloaded those documents. You would put it inside of an X-Drive folder that would fit inside of this framework. You'd call it whatever the project is called. Put the month and the year, download the plans, download the specs, put them in their respective folders, and that's the process of getting the plans from the general contractor's plan room into our X-Drive and get it ready for us to manipulate.